All right, guys, I came down here to shoot my bow this afternoon, and I've been thinking about doing this video for a little while now, and haven't done it. We're right here at the end of October. Halloween's tomorrow. We're all gearing up. It's the best time of year. We're getting ready to go to out of state and cash in on some of that vacation, and hopefully we can land a good buck. But I wanted to get down here and talk about target panic a little bit and what I've experienced with my target panic. I've had target panic. I still deal with target panic, and there is hope for people out there that are dealing with target panic. And you know, you're not too far gone. And I'll tell you right up front, I was to the point where I was getting ready to just give up compound deer hunting. And a lot of people listen to this that don't have target panic may think, man, you're crazy, Nick. But I'm not. I'm being serious. I almost gave up compound hunting, and I almost went to a crossbow because it got so severe. And I had it longer. I had it before I actually knew what I had. And I'll kind of tell you my experience here in a little bit. But target panic's a very serious thing, and some people battle it, some people break it. There's 1,000 YouTube videos out there. There's forums. Everybody's got their own way, and I'll kind of just go through and tell you what's helped me, and it still helps me. And sometimes I have to go back to certain things when I'm shooting. But I'll tell you, back in probably, I'm gonna say probably 2015, maybe a little sooner, I started developing, and I used to be pretty decent with a bow, well, thought I was, but I started developing this habit where I would hold right below the target. So I would shoot, my pin would be right below the target, and I would bring it up to the dot and release every time when I shot in the yard. And at that time I didn't realize it, but that is a form of target panic. If you're having to, you know, some of the guys say drive by, if you're having to bring your pin up, if you're having to bring it over to it and then hitting your release. Well, it got pretty severe for me, and it got to the point where when I did go bow hunting, I would shoot deer and I either didn't find them, or if I did hit them, it would be either a long track or you have to go in there and end up finishing it. And finally I got to the point where I said, you know what, something's going to change, and I'm going to go to a crossbow. I'm going to give it up. And I think we were at my house shooting one day, and a gentleman came over and introduced me to this release. And I'm going to go through all the releases I have. I'll tell you, this is the one I started with, and I shot this for years, and I wish I could go back to shooting it, but it's a shark release made by Scott's Archery, just a regular finger release. Love it, love it. Wish I could still shoot it. I started doing some research when I started developing this, and I bought this, I guess it's a True Fire. I don't know which one it is, but what it has this little on-off button right here, and if you turn it to the off position, if you punch the trigger, it's not supposed to go, well, let's see. No, I'm sorry, I had it on. Turn it on. If you punch the trigger, it won't go off. Didn't work for me because, as you can see, it'll still go off with a slight pull. I never punched the trigger that severe. I mean, that's pretty severe. So this didn't work for me. I think I don't think I started with this one, but I bought a thumb release, trying something different. Just a True Fire thumb release. I got this one. And then I bought this back tension release here. It's just a simple aid. You kind of roll it back, it goes off. It's got several different settings that you can change it to around the dial here. You have to read up on the instructions to go for it. And then, like I said, this gentleman came over, and this is what I hunt with. And a lot of people are going to criticize me for hunting with it, but it's a Scott's back tension release, and I've added this quiet tape to it, but it's essentially just a back tension release. I'll kind of walk you through the function of it here just one second. But it has this little half mushroom shaped piece of metal right here in the center, and there's an Allen head on the back side of this thing, and if you undo that Allen head slightly, you can take that half moon and rotate it. You can also flip that half moon over, and that half moon's got a click. It's got a little piece, and I know you probably can't see it on the video, but it's just notched out just a little bit right there, and that's what they call the clicker. So if you're pulling, you hear a click, and then you know it's about to go off. Well, you can flip that around and take the click off. And I'm telling you, when I say my target panic was bad, I had to take and remove the clicker off of you just simply flip the half moon around and you take it off. So now I don't even know when it's going to go off. And you wear it just like a regular finger release. You know, it's on a wrist strap, which is very helpful, because that's kind of where I was at with this other one that I bought. Didn't have no way, and I was going to tie a rope on it and hang it, but so this is perfect. This is what I deer hunt with. It stays on my wrist. I put the quiet tape on there, and then I bought, don't laugh at me, but I bought this old paint roller from Harbor Freight, and I took the metal part out of it, and it's see-through, so I dropped me a rope in it, and then I just took something heavy and put on the bottom of it, and that was kind of what I practice with from time to time, and I still do. So you can pull back, and I'm sure a lot of people saw, you know, Levi Morgan uses one of these. There's a lot of them. I think you can actually buy these things, but I just makeshift one. So you put this, you know, put it up to your sight regular way, and you just pull back through it and it goes off. A little bit more tension on it the way I have it, and you can set this thing to so you're just pulling, you're holding on, you don't know when it's gonna go off, because I took the click off. Now, if I'm using this release aid, it's still got the click, and it's a little bit windy here this afternoon. See if you can hear it. Pull. You hear it go off right there? And then you know that's about to fire. So this one actually is pretty good. It's got a long draw cycle, and I have all of mine set to a long draw cycle because my target panic still rears its head up and comes back. And sometimes I even take this half moon and spin it so the thing won't even go off. So I'll get out here a lot of the times, and I'll come down here and I'll be shooting, and I'll be shooting good. Then all of a sudden I'll start punching this thing. And you still can punch a release aid like this. Like if you set it loose, you can get up on the target, and when that target panic starts creeping up, you can punch it and it'll go off. But see, like I'm punching right there. I got it set so tight, it ain't going off. Now I did that, but I was pulling on it pretty hard and it wasn't. So if you're like, oh, I'm on him, nope. You got to settle in, put the pin on him, take your time, and roll back through it. And that's really the way you're supposed to shoot a bow. A lot of people probably don't know that. You're supposed to tighten up your back muscles and pull your bow apart kind of. And I think that's where a lot of us fail, and a lot of us want to get that shot off. And as I progressed and got older, I got to the point where, you know, I didn't want to just shoot brown, and I felt like that's what I was doing with my finger release. I pull back. As soon as that deer stepped into my scope ring, and I got my eye settled on it, I looked for brown. I wasn't looking for the kill shot, because my mind was racing. And I was explaining this to Cody yesterday, and this is how I'll explain it to you guys. Everybody's target panic comes in different forms. Like I said, some people do a drive-by, some people got it on different ways, but here's how my target panic works. And this is how it creeps up on me. A lot of the times when I pull back, I'm calm, cool, collective, and when I start getting close to that deer, when I start getting close to that target, whatever it may be, it feels like there's somebody sitting right here on my shoulder going, shoot, 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 shoot. And it's making me want to do that. But I have to sit there and I have to breathe, kind of go through a little routine, and I have to just ease back through, and then it surprises me and goes off. And that's realistically, that's the way from everyone I've ever been told, ever listened to, a shot is supposed to be a surprise. It doesn't matter if it's a bow with a release aid, finger release, thumb release, a gun, shooting a turkey, shooting a deer, shooting whatever. Everything's supposed to be a surprise. That's supposed to be a squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So I'm going to shoot a few downrange here. I hope this video helps somebody out there that may be facing it. And I made this video, and we're not sponsored by Scott's or nothing like this, but I just want to say, if you're dealing with target panic to the point where you're wanting to almost give up, you're making unethical shots, you can't shoot with your friends, you're shooting, at 20 yards, at 30 yards, 40 yards, and you're hitting somewhere like this, and I'm still not the best shot. I'll go ahead and throw that out there. I'm still not the best shot. I still get all shaky at times and stuff like this, but as far as killing deer, I feel more confident with this. Now, I may not kill them all, because a lot of the times we spend our week, we go to the Midwest to go deer hunting, those deer be rutting. A lot of times those deer, they may not stop and give you that ample amount of time to squeeze and get it off. But I can assure for myself and that animal that if I take my time and I got my pin settled where I want to shoot it, instead of shooting brown and I don't hit him in the back leg or shoot him in the gut, because I'm gonna tell you, I would rather a deer not give me a shot and take off and me get another opportunity to kill that deer as I had make a bad shot and shoot him in the gut or shoot him in the hip and have a mediocre blood trail and be back at camp wondering, man, wonder what happened with that deer, wonder how far he went. Now I got to call a dog in here tomorrow. Now I got to get a drone in here tomorrow. Now I've got to spend the next 2 days of my week-long vacation that I've took off from work to go track this deer and mess up my spot and everybody else's because I was too prideful to take the time to make an ethical kill. And I think that's where I was at, and I think that's where a lot of guys may fall. Even though you get out in the yard and you can stack a good group at 20 and 30, you know, you're shooting like this, but you're still doing that little quick drive-by. You're still pulling that thing up and shooting it. You're still going to, you're coming from left to right, and then you're shooting. You're dropping down, and when it drops down in that bullseye, you're turning loose and you're shooting. That's target panic. I'm sorry, a lot of people may disagree with me, but that is target panic to the T. And you can go listen to a lot of guys. Mine just happens to be more the severe scale, and thank God for this release right here. And I may not kill every deer I see. I shot at a deer last year in Illinois, and it dropped my string, but that wasn't the release aid's fault, and it wasn't my target panic. I've killed a couple of deer with it, and they gave me an ample amount of time. I had a deer last year. You guys can go back and watch the video in Illinois. I mapped the deer. Had nothing to do with the release, but I feel confident enough that if I map a deer, whatever you guys do, squirrel bark, whatever, stop that deer, you're going to get this off in time, and you're going to settle that pin in there. So all I say, guys, is that I advise you to rethink how you're shooting if you're not shooting as well as you'd like to. And stupid woodpecker. Go out and test one of these. You can even test one of these. I think maybe True Fire makes this too. I've bought so many of these things and got them here. I actually gave another one away the other day, but yeah, I highly recommend this. Shorten it up, add you some of this quiet tape on here, quieten it down. I even added it to the backside. Take the half moon off, and I'll tell you why. I should have said this earlier. I took the click off of there for this very reason. I would get back, and when I would start rotating and pulling, and that thing would get to that click, I would let down, almost like I would have to reset and then pull back through. So I took it off. So when I just pull, it would go off. So guys, I really hope this helps. I'm gonna sling a few down range here. I'm gonna get these cameras set up. I hope this helps someone. I hope it changes the way you shoot. I hope it changes the way you think about bow hunting, because I know how frustrating it can be. I've been there, I've done it. So good luck this season. I hope you guys bag a big one. And I don't know that I would change mid-season. I don't know when I'll get this video out. I don't know that I'd change mid-season and go to a hinge release, because it does take some getting used to. But good luck out there. Practice with it. They're fairly inexpensive. I think they're 150 bucks on Amazon or something like that, or you may find them on Scott's website, obviously. But good luck, guys. Shoot them straight and don't give up, because there's ways out there to beat these things. So good luck. Like, I hit a little bit low into the right, but feel a little bit better group. I was shooting at 30. I was shooting for 37, and I put it on. I was shooting 37, but I put it on 35. So I was a little bit low to the right here, as you can see. But that's my shots right there. So a little low and right.